8.4 is where you're going to still be multiplying two binomials, but they're considered as special cases. One of them is where you have a binomial and that quantity is squared. So the only thing that you're going to do is we're going to expand it out so that you can see the two binomials. So that squared means I'm timesing two of them. So just write it out times like you normally do with the two binomials. So remember, we used either a table, we used FOIL, or you used the distributive property. So whichever process you decided, go ahead and multiply those. So I went ahead and FOILed it. So I did first x squared, outside's 8x, inside's 8x, last 64. No matter what process you use, you still should have got that. And then I would combine my like terms. So my final answer would be x squared plus 16x plus 64. So notice that there's no real difference. The only thing is you have to remember that that squared means you're going to expand it out to two of them. So same thing for letter B. I have 2m minus 3 quantity squared. I'm going to write it out so that I have two of them, and then I'm going to use whatever process I feel comfortable with to times them. So when I times them out, I got 4m squared minus 6m plus 9, and then I combined my like terms and got 4m squared minus 12m plus 9. So notice it's just an extension of what we did in 8.3, where you just multiply the two binomials. You just have to remember that you have two of them. Okay, pause the video and now try the got it question. So now on the got it question, you are timesing 2x plus 9 quantity squared. So I expand it out so that I have two of them. I go ahead and multiply and combine my like terms, and I end up with 4x squared plus 38x plus 81. So if you have any questions about timesing the square of a binomial, just let me or Mr. Gahan know. The other special case of a binomial is where you have a sum and a difference. So when you have to times something that is addition and something that is subtraction. But notice that they are the exact same binomial except for that sign. So you're still going to times them out. So when I used my FOIL process, so again, remember you can use table, distributive property, or FOIL. When I timesed out by FOIL, I got x squared minus 9x plus 9x minus 81. I still am going to combine my like terms. Notice that those x's cancel each other out to 0, so I don't write that in my final answer. So I would just have x squared minus 81. So the shortcut is, if you can remember and notice that they're the same thing but one's a plus and one's a minus, you just have to do the first and you just have to do the last to times it. If you can't remember the shortcut, you just times it out like regular and combine your like terms. So same thing with letter B. I would go ahead and FOIL it out. So I got 36 minus 6m squared plus 6m squared, and that should say, that should say m to the fourth over here. And then notice that my m squareds cancel each other out. So I end up getting 36 minus m to the fourth. And I'm okay with you leaving it like that since that's how it was in the original. But some books like for you to go ahead and write it in standard form. So if you switched it around, it would look like negative m to the fourth plus 36. Okay, pause the video and see if you can do the product of the sum and difference on letter C. So on letter C, I would go ahead and multiply it out, combine my like terms, and my final answer should say 9c squared, because that would be these two times, and then negative 16, because that would be my last. Your outsides and insides should have canceled each other out. Okay, that's it for multiplying special cases. So you're either doing it where you have a square of a binomial, or you have the same binomial and one is a sum and one is a difference. Go ahead and start your assignment.